I'm going to show you how to implement the email spell checker on any website or project that you owned. So something like this where the user types wrongly their email and we say, hey, maybe did you mean hola@gmail.com? Let's fix it. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how to do that with this demo. We're just going to create this very simple form where the user can type the email. And if they send that and we detect any typo, we will automatically suggest the fixed. And if the user clicks on the fixed, we will automatically replace that. For doing that, I'm going to be using our open source project called Email Spell Checker by zootools. And you can see all the information and instructions on the website. So let's get started. All right, first things first, I have here a Next.js project, which is just simply, let me actually save this, which is simply this code, like this website on the left side. So let's go over to zootools and let's start copying the instructions step by step. So I'm going to be using npm. So the first thing is going to be install the npm package, in this case, the zootools email spell checker. All right. The second step is actually importing the library into our code. So I'm just going to come over here, paste the email spell checker. And this line of code, it's very interesting because we can just pass the email and the project is basically going to look up for typos and return a suggestion. So in order to do that, I'm going to create a state where we are going to store and save the email that the user is typing. Initially, we're just going to set that up to empty. And here, anytime that the input changes, so anytime that the user is introducing text, we're just going to update the state. So if I go over here and say hola, you will see that now the value is actually being stored and we just need to pass it out towards the input field. All right, awesome. So once we do this, we're going to basically validate the email once the user introduces or sends the form. So in this case, in the button, I'm just going to create an on-click event that is going to be submit form. So once we are submitting, wow, ChatGPT is already giving me the solution, but let's just ignore that and type that ourselves. So what we are going to do is basically call this second line called emailspellchecker.run. It's a function. And we are just going to pass the email that we are storing in the state. So this is going to return us a suggestion object. So if you actually click on run, you will see that what's the type that is going to be returned. So let's go back here and let's pretend that the user is actually sending the form and is making a typo. As you can tell, the suggestion is basically an object that has an address, a domain, and a full property. So in this case, I'm going to update the state to reflect this new property object. So address, domain, string, and full, or undefined. This is very useful if you are using TypeScript. If you're not using TypeScript, then it's totally fine. Oops, it wasn't here. 1 second. Suggestion, set suggestion equals to user state. We paste that out. And that's it. So once we basically submit the form, we are just going to store the suggestion into an object. So basically we can easily access that and show the user that, hey, did you mean to type this other thing? All right, awesome. And let's simply use the suggestion value. So in this case, if the suggestion exists, that's where we are going to show to the user the recommendation. So I'm just going to be in this case, did you mean suggestion.full? All right, awesome. Now you see that the user has introduced that and says, did you mean? If the user types the correct email, nothing will happen because the suggestion will be undefined. But in this case, we get a did you mean a value. So what I'm going to do now is adding a link. So if the user clicks on that link, basically we will accept the suggestion and it will be automatically being updated into the email. So what we simply do here is set the email object with the suggestion full or empty, and then we just reset the suggestion to undefined. I'm going to add an underline value, an underline property, so we will have this highlighted. So anyway, so let's send this over. Now if you click that, bam, the suggestion is being applied and the email is automatically being updated, which feels like magic. And basically from this, you can go crazy. You can add more stuff. You can create the animations as we do on zootools ourselves. You can do a lot of different things and your imagination is the limit. So yeah, hope this is helpful. If you have more questions, feel free to send us an email on support@zootools.co, and here you will have all the instructions and all the different information on how to use it, how to get started. So hope this is very helpful. And if you also want to send emails with a really badass API, just go to zootools and we have one email API for you, as well as the email marketing product that you can access right here, right now. So yeah, hope this is helpful and see you very soon. Ciao.